Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly astrology pick a card reading. Missed the last couple of weeks. I've been extremely busy and with the holidays and all that sort of stuff, but it's good to be back. So this week there is quite a lot going on with the astrology. There's a lot for me to get through. There's a lot of change. So I'm going to start with that and straight into that. So first of all, Monday, Tuesday. So sorry, did I say this is for the 4th to the 10th? I can't remember. I've got so much going on in my brain at the moment. 4th to the 10th of January. So from Monday, Tuesday, we have Mercury in Capricorn making a conjunction, which is a very intense angle with Pluto in Capricorn. So this is a very interesting but also intense transit. So it can be bringing out some element of truth, or it could feel like information that's coming forward feels heavy because it's influenced by Mercury, which is the messenger, and then Pluto, which is very heavy or serious energy, and it is in Capricorn, which tends to represent the authorities, the government, you know, that kind of energy. It can be bosses, can be older people or elders as well. Now this is happening, this conjunction with Mercury and Pluto is happening at 24 degrees of Capricorn, so that will affect anybody quite strongly that has anything around, say, 20, 21, 22 of Capricorn, Cancer, Libra or Aries, all the way up to about 26 degrees of those cardinal signs. Yeah, so you may feel a bit of psychological stress or a little bit of pressure with this transit. And as I said, there can be, for some people, you know, if you've got something specifically around 24 degrees of Capricorn, say, you may receive some news that's not, you know, that's kind of like very serious, or you may have a communication with someone that feels a bit heavy, or you may feel that your mind feels a little bit serious or bogged down or stressed out. So it's quite an intense energy, but luckily Mercury moves pretty quickly, and from Wednesday, Thursday, it will start to move past the Pluto energy. So just to recap on that, you may be experiencing some things with controlling people, because Pluto and Capricorn can be a controlling energy. Mercury is a fast moving energy that sort of wants to move around and get things done, especially in Capricorn, wants to be productive, get things done, but it's like it's being a little bit suppressed by Capricorn, by Pluto and Capricorn. So then moving on into the rest of the week, a big shift with Mars. Mars leaves Aries, which Mars has been in Aries for the last, it's been there for a long time, many months now. So that's because it went through a retrograde phase, and now it's actually moving into Taurus. So this will put a bit of a fire into you, a bit of, you know, focused passion into you if you've got anything early in Taurus. So if you're born at the beginning of Taurus, if you have an early degree Taurus rising, Mercury, Moon, Sun, Mars, this will be energizing for you. Just in general, I'm sorry, did I say this is on Thursday? So the energy, however, with Mars in Taurus does slow down a little bit, because we've just been in Aries, which is, you know, it's home sign, it's comfortable in Aries. Mars in Taurus just slows down the Mars energy a little bit. Maybe we're feeling a little bit less active, or feeling like being more cautious with things. Some kind of air of caution could be around, but the energy does slow down. And Mars in Taurus is a very fixed energy, so Mars being a fixed sign, which means that you're more focused on being thorough and getting things completed at this time. So if you start something at this time for the next few weeks, you will be more desiring to complete that. You won't want to sort of leave it hanging, or start something and then not complete it and start something new. So Mars in Taurus is also a very stubborn energy, so it can be very set in its ways, or that's the kind of energy that we'll be dealing with, something that feels a little bit slow, set in its ways. But, you know, on the positive, a good thing with this energy is, as I said, you can get things done in a very thorough manner now. Your focus can be a bit more patient in some way, okay? Especially with the Mercury-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn and Mars going to Taurus. If you need to focus on something, your focus should be really good this week, especially for the earth signs. Saturday, another shift with Mercury moving out of Capricorn into Aquarius. So Mercury is known as being exalted in Aquarius, which in astrology means it's in its best placement. Now, that said, it is going to make some pretty crazy aspects to some of the other planets. So it will make a square with Mars in Taurus. It will then conjunct with Saturn on the weekend, and then further into the weekend on Sunday, Mercury will conjunct with Jupiter. So yeah, there's a lot going on here, especially certain points of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday. The energies are very intense in those different phases of the week. So usually I don't see so much shifting activity with the astrology in one week, but this week looks pretty hectic to me. A lot of fixed energy, a lot of stubborn energy, a lot of tension in the air, a lot of stress actually mentally, because not only this week will we have Mercury conjunct Pluto, but then Mercury will then go to conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. Now, one thing that I could say is quite potentially positive about Mercury in Aquarius conjunct with Saturn in Aquarius, and then Mercury the next day on Sunday conjuncting with Jupiter, is it could be about people, because, you know, Aquarius represents groups of people, humanity, you know, the collective, and the sense of people who are aware of what's really going on in the world. And, you know, especially Mercury in Aquarius, it's being exalted. It means that you can see clearly what is going on, that you can see the bigger picture, that there is actually a bigger picture going on. Now, with Mercury conjunct Saturn, Mercury conjunct Jupiter on the weekend, I would say that this is the people waking up a little bit more as to what the truth is. The reason I say the truth is because Jupiter is about the truth. Jupiter in Aquarius is very much about the truth of the bigger picture of life and society and what's happening in the world. Saturn is also, you know, with that conjunction to Mercury, about being quite serious about the truth and getting some kind of change happening. So I feel that we may see something in society. I mean, obviously it depends, you know, where you live, but possibly more in Western culture or Western countries, where the people start to stand up for their rights more, their truth, and what they know is, you know, unfair or unjust. It's just the planets, the way they're aligning, it really looks like that to me. Now, on Saturday, just to go back that one day, with Mercury tipping into Aquarius on that 0 degree, you know, critical degree, the 0 degree, it's almost like a wake-up call or a wake-up energy type of thing, I want to say. Now, Mars squares with Mercury on Saturday as well, so that's a very tense energy. It can be that people start to get out and protest about things again. Might be different this time. Might be more about, you know, people feeling that they've been suppressed for too long about certain things. This is quite, to me, an energy that shows political movements and that kind of energy. When I look at the astrology objectively as an astrologer, that's the energy that it looks like. It's like people speaking out. Mercury, Aquarius, you know, with Mercury in Aquarius conjunct with Saturn, Mercury in Aquarius conjunct with Jupiter on the weekend. So we'll see what happens. On the positive, it, you know, not those things aren't necessarily positive. They could be very positive, but it can be that you have clarity about something in your life on a personal level. You know, you could feel like, I've got more clarity about my life. I know what my truth is, you know, and it's kind of a non-compromising energy with Mercury conjunct Saturn. And then Mercury conjunct Jupiter on Sunday could bring some sense of relief for some people, especially if you've got anything early in Aquarius around 0 to 3 degrees or so. Then Sunday, Venus moves into Capricorn. So with Venus in Capricorn, we tend to feel a bit more serious about life and about our money, our resources. We're thinking very, very pragmatically, very realistically, like, okay, I've got this much money, you know, this week, and this is what my budget's going to be. You know, it's that kind of energy with Venus in Capricorn, budgeting, looking at the reality of your finances, and being very practical with your resources. You may look at, you know, selling things that you no longer need, making money from something that you're good at that's very hands-on, or taking things to do with your finances more seriously and really wanting to sort of work. With Venus in Capricorn, it's like the desire to work really kicks in, and be productive. That's a very strong energy. Okay, so that's the astrology for this week. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I'm good. Okay, so, and I just want to say, guys, if you'd like to book a private reading, just go to the link below to my online store, where you can book a reading with me if you'd like. At the moment, I have taken off the 2021 year ahead readings because I'm still catching up. I've got about 4 or 5 more to do of those for people that have booked before, which I'll be doing this week. And then I think once I get through those, I might reinstate it if anyone's interested. And, you know, if you book the year ahead reading, say, you know, mid-January, say, well, I will do the 12 months until mid-January 2022, so that you still get your 12 month reading. Also, I've just added another link actually under this video. I've brought back some of my prints of my artwork. So if you know, I used to paint years ago fairies, mermaids with acrylic paint on canvas, and I created some mini prints, and they were quite popular at the time. But I realized recently I had a bunch of them left, and I thought, you know what, they're just sitting here, I might as well put them back up on my shop. This is my art Etsy shop, which I had, was the very first Etsy shop I ever had. So if you're interested in having a look at those, they range between $5 and $20 each. The ones that are higher in price are because there's only like 1 or 2 left of those prints, and you can't actually get them anymore. So that's that. All right, I'm going to get into the cards. So let's look at the air signs for this week. What are your messages for air signs for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius? Starting with, I want to start with the tarot actually. This is the Oceanic Tarot by Jane Wallace. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Ooh, jumped out. Oh, what a beautiful message, you guys. That is amazing. The star, hope. Wow. Isn't that a message that we really need at the moment with all the crazy that's going on in the world? Like, really? Wow. That's gorgeous to start off with for the air signs. So air signs, you guys have got some good stuff happening in your world, and you definitely should, because, you know, for the air signs, Jupiter is influencing your life in a positive way. Okay, so if you're an Aquarius, Jupiter is conjuncting your sign, which brings positive growth into your life. Obviously, it's going to depend, you know, how early in the sign you're born. If you're born at the very beginning of Aquarius, you'll be experiencing that now. If you're born at the beginning of Libra and Gemini, you're getting the trine aspect from Jupiter. You're experiencing some positive events in your life now. If you're born middle or late, you won't get those effects just yet, but you will start to feel it very soon in the next couple of months. Excuse me. So the star is just a reminder to follow your dreams, follow your path, listen to your intuition. You let your intuition be your guide, basically, is what it says, and know that even if you can't see anything coming to fruition right at this moment, it's in the works, guys. Okay, so that's really beautiful for the air signs. So I want to get your message from the crystal flipping card. Love it. Crystal Oracle. Honesty, heart, and third eye chakra. Wow. So what I'm hearing here is honest communication, and it does feel like it's to do with relationships. Okay, so that's for the air signs. And lastly, what are you surrendering at this time, air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, what are you letting go of? Surrender to silence. So wow, this is really speaking about meditation. It even says, in quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. That's beautiful. So yeah, you know, especially Geminis tend to really overthink. Aquarius too tend to really overthink a lot, and that can be quite stressful at times when there's a lot going on around you. So I am getting a feeling for some of the signs, maybe more Gemini and Libra at the moment. Could be all the air signs, but I'm getting this feeling right now of don't take on too much this week. Don't overburden yourself with too many tasks, too many extra things to do, because you're just going to burn yourself out. And again, that's not for everyone, but you'll know if you've already been starting to do that in the last few days, or if you feel that way. So, you know, the guidance here is to surrender to silence, meditation, prayer, going within, spending time alone, and just, you know, enjoying that peaceful mental space without sort of striving for anything or overthinking or overanalyzing things. Okay, so now for the Astro Dice. So we have the 11th house, which is the Aquarius ruled house, and we have the North Node. So there's some kind of progress happening in friendships or communications with groups. Could be a meditation group because you have the meditation card for some people. It could be online groups with the 11th house, which is the Aquarius ruled house. Now the 11th house is also to do with gains and your hopes and wishes, and the North Node is asking you, air signs, to move forward towards your dreams, and that's exactly what the star was saying. So I love the fact that that's come up twice. Really appropriate for the cards. That really meshed quite well. Okay, I'm just going to drink some water and get to the fire signs next. Okay, so this is going to be for, of course, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Okay, let's see what the fire signs have. Message for the fire signs this week. Jumping card. 6 of Cups. Okay, well that's nice. It seems to be talking about either reunion energy, reconnecting with somebody. It says reflection on it. You can be reflecting on someone from the past or someone that you feel a connection with. It's a very nostalgic energy. You may be thinking about the past. You may be thinking about childhood or happy memories, you know, from the past. For some people, it's actually reconnecting with someone special. Heart chakra comes up again. The air signs just had heart chakra. That's a strong message this week. Wow. So I love this card, by the way. It's one of my favorite crystals, the dioptase, which is just stunning. This is talking about, you know, tuning into your heart chakra. And sorry, there's a bit of glare, so I don't know. I just want to make sure that's all good. So yeah, so tuning into your heart chakra here and listening to your heart, your intuition. Again, strong message here. Meditating on the color green could be quite soothing for you this week, fire signs, because you'll find that as you do that, you start to sense more of an inner peaceful energy that comes from the heart, rather than, again, the overthinking energy. But there is, look, for some fire signs, there's a reunion or a reconnecting or, you know, spending time with someone that you really feel a lovely heart connection with. So, wow, that's really nice. Let's see what else. What do you need to surrender this week, fire signs? Oh, surrender to creativity. That's nice. So it says, let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. Well, that sort of makes the heart chakra message even more important, because you want to listen to your intuition when it comes to creativity. And creativity and intuition are so very linked. So, yeah. All right, 12th house and the North Node again. So, very spiritual messages here. So, tuning into your spiritual inner world this week, fire signs. And again, the 12th house can be a very creative house. It's a house where we go to, you know, go within, spend time alone, finding inspiration to create something behind the scenes. But there's something, because the North Node here is something to do with a future aspect to it. So it can be that you're thinking of something that you want to do in the future that is related to the 12th house. So spiritual path, creative path, or, you know, even developing your intuition more. So that's beautiful. Okay. All right. So the next message is going to be for the earth signs. So that's my tribe, the earth signs: Taurus, fellow Taurians, Virgo, and Capricorn. Earth signs messages. Oh, perfect for the earth signs, Garnet, which is very grounding energy. And usually the earth signs are pretty grounded in reality. So it says commitment, heart and sacral chakra. That's crazy. With these cards, the crystal cards, that is the third heart chakra message that has come up. Wow. All right, let's see what the tarot card is for the earth signs this week. Resilience, Queen of Swords. Yeah, I can relate to that. Okay, so the earth signs may be feeling a bit stressed with certain things going on in the material real world, in inverted commas. So it's like having to really dig deep to find some resilience this week, and just be a bit more, be a bit stoic, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And the Capricorns are really good at that. But you guys may have felt like, the earth signs may feel like they've kind of had enough of stress lately, or just things being the same old. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Okay, and it says letting go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past, that you can then you can own your own power and soar in your life. So it's about overcoming limiting beliefs that have held you back, and maybe, you know, opening your mind up and not sort of seeing yourself in this kind of box that you've always fit in. The fact is, in life we always grow and evolve. And, you know, it's funny because sometimes people will say, oh, you seem different, or you've changed, or, you know, something like that, especially when you're younger and you're going through changes. And it's like, well, we all should be changing and growing. We shouldn't all be staying the same for, you know, exactly the same, because life does change you and we all grow and evolve. So this is a message for earth signs saying, you know, there is change around you. You do need to be a bit resilient with that change. There could be something to do with commitments, or making commitment to yourself in your life, and this will open up abundance, because Garnet relates to abundance and stability and feeling abundant in your life. So you may be also trying to manifest positive change with the Queen of Swords here, because this is an energy which I feel is related to manifesting new things. So I feel like with the earth signs, this week would be a good week to write down goals if you haven't already, like business goals, work goals, career goals, personal goals, that kind of thing, for what you want for your life coming in. Let's see what the Astro dice says. Jupiter. Well, I was just talking about abundance, and that really relates, because Jupiter is the planet of abundance. And the 9th house. So, wow, this is about faith. And it's just so funny because of this card. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. The 9th house and Jupiter is totally about beliefs and belief systems. So you're growing, earth signs, this week, or at this time of your life, through changing something about the way you're seeing your life and opening up to new ideas about your life, new potentials about your life, and realizing that, you know, anything actually is really possible. Despite how things can seem very limited at certain times, life can really surprise you. And as an earth sign myself, I know we're very realistic and we can get stuck in our patterns, our routines of the way things go. And you kind of get used to a certain level of things happening, but you never know what could sort of break through and bring about some kind of new growth in your life. So that's quite exciting. And one other message to the earth signs is from Sunday, Venus will go into Capricorn, so that's going to bring all the earth signs blessings. So that's good to know as well, as an earth sign, that Venus will be blessing you. So if you're a Capricorn, you'll have Venus conjunct your sun. Obviously if you've got moon rising or anything else in Capricorn, that will be good for you. If you have Taurus sun, Virgo sun, Venus will trine your earthy placements wherever they are. So, you know, Venus is a bit more, can be a bit more subtle. It's not as dramatic as Jupiter or Saturn, but it does bring blessings and it does bring positive energy and a sense of smoothness to your life. So especially for the early born earth signs, this week will be nice for you in some way in your relationships or with your finances. Okay, so next is for the water signs. So this is for Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio. What are the messages for Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio this week? Wow. Ace of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. So something about money is in the picture for you this week. Let's see what other messages we can get to go with that. It does say prosperity. I do feel like if there's something difficult to do with money, it will get resolved with this card. You also have travel, root and crown chakra. Interesting, considering, you know, the restrictions on travel in a lot of places at the moment. It could have something to do with, for some people, you know, driving, like getting from A to B and being a bit more cautious and slowing down a little bit, because this energy, on the one hand, it can be with the Ace of Pentacles, this energy of things speeding up too quickly or things happening all of a sudden. So if you are driving and you feel like you're rushing around, water signs this week, just be a little bit more cautious is what I'm getting. For some people, this is to do with trusting that the money situation somehow will get worked out in your favor about something that you're concerned about. Oh, the other, I think the fire signs have the same card. So you guys also have surrender to your creativity. So there's something here about making money from something that is fun to do. There's something that's creative for you to do. Let's look at what the Astrology says. Neptune, interesting, because Neptune rules Pisces. So we've got Neptune and the 4th house. Wow. So that's very much to do with being at home, spending time in your own sanctuary, water signs. So this week it's going to be really important for you to make sure you give yourself some downtime to relax, do something fun with this creativity card. And I do feel a bit of stress around money, and you know, a lot of people have that at the moment, given what's going on in the world at the moment. That's so crazy. But there is something about, I heard the word resolving. So, you know, keep in mind, these are general readings. It could be just for a couple of people or several people, that something will be resolving in regards to your finances very soon. With Neptune in the 4th house, it's actually a very spiritual, with the Astro Dice, a very spiritual week for you, a very creative week for you in some ways. So if you've been wanting to do something creative, like spend time at home doing some painting or redecorating, or do some drawing or some singing, or listen to more music to feel a bit more in touch with a creative energy, or a more sort of being more in the flow rather than being in your head too much. And I know especially Pisceans love music, and so music is very healing for you this week. So is your spirituality this week, water signs, with the Neptune 4th house. Some water signs may have some kind of paranormal experience or spiritual experience this week with the Neptune 4th house on the Astro Dice. So that can be like really paying attention to your dreams, starting a dream journal, writing down dreams. Precognitive dreams could be happening for some water signs this week. So on the one hand, we have some very practical messages, but we also have higher level energies here about creativity, tapping into your intuition, trusting your intuition, and listening to spirit, listening to the messages, the signs and omens that are coming into your world through, you know, your daily life. So that's what I'm getting for the water signs this week. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic week, everybody, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks so much. Bye.